What's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know so. And we're back for the Waiver Wire show. Most fantasy, I guess playoffs end this week. So I won't be doing anything for next week for fantasy. I'm going to exclusively be focusing on basically everything revolving around the NFL draft and the NFL offseason from here on out. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's try to find some bangers in free agency. Well, waiver wire, I should say. But before we do that, I got a mock draft should be coming out later tonight, as well as bold predictions. I think will be out tomorrow. I believe so. Yeah, out tomorrow. And then I'll have, oh yeah, offensive lineman. I'm going to be doing offensive lineman. I'm going to rank my top offensive lineman for the NFL draft. That was kind of a popular request on the comments, so if you're interested in that, that'll be out Friday, and then I'll probably put up a poll for that to see what y'all want to see next as far as top prospects. So yeah, without further ado, let's get in. But remember, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps it get discovered, so be sure you do that and become a bro and subscribe if you enjoy the content. We're going to quarterback. If you don't have a good quarterback now, then it might be a little too late. If you're already in the playoffs, you probably already got your guys set. But if you're looking for guys with good matchups this week, then Ryan Fitzpatrick, he's available in 85% of leagues, so he's been phenomenal. He's got a good matchup against the Bengals this week, so that could be interesting. And then if you're in a deeper league or maybe a super flex league where you could have two quarterbacks, Dwayne Haskins is a pretty dark horse here. He actually had a good week last week in half PPR leagues. He put up 24 points, but he's got the Giants next week, and they love giving up points to the quarterback. So just saying, you might be interested in that. And let's go to running back, because I got one guy on my list. I got Mike Boone. As long as Alexander Madison is hurt, and it looks like Dalvin Cook might be hurt too. I mean, Mike Boone came in and he produced quite well. He put up, what was it? He had 13 rushes for 56 yards and 2 touchdowns. With the matchup with Green Bay this week, it's a good matchup. Teams can run on Green Bay. It's no secret. So maybe Mike Boone's a guy you should be interested in. Outside of that, guys that are available in less than 50% of leagues, nothing really sparks my interest. I don't think Tony Pollard will get much playing time this week. I mean, that was kind of a I don't know. They brought him in because they were up like 30 points, so he's not going to see that again. Wes Hill, is it Hills? Wes Hills for Detroit. That Detroit offense is kind of real stagnant. Rex Burkhead splitting time in the backfield. There's really nobody. Yeah, there's really nobody that really catches my eye as far as that. So, yeah, it's rough. Rough for running back, but there's a guy if you need it. And then we're going to go to wide receiver, where if you still have fab left or somewhere in the priority wire, waiver wire, or wherever you are as far as your priority, Rashad Perriman should be your number one, or your top option, top priority. The guy, he is the number one receiver right now. It doesn't look like Chris Godwin should be back for the remainder of the year. They've already lost Mike Evans. I think Scotty Miller went down as well. And we know Jameis, he throws the ball, he throws it a ton. Rashad Perriman came out, had a phenomenal day. They face Houston next week, who's been prone to give up plays through the air. I mean, the guy, he had 3 touchdowns on 5 receptions, 6 targets, 113 yards. He's a deep threat. He's been a deep threat his whole career, so he should be your top waiver wire get. Just saying. Anthony Miller, he's been pretty impressive, as far as impressive you can be in that Bears offense. But he had 15 targets against the Packers, which is like super. I mean, if you look at his targets since week 11, he had 11, 9, 13, 4, and now 15. So he's getting thrown to a lot as long as Taylor Gabriel's out. I like Anthony Miller. He's solid. He's He's only owned in almost 25% of leagues, so that's a good get. And then if you're really in a tight spot at wide receiver, honestly, Greg Ward Jr., he's flexible. He's the only receiver left standing there. He saw 9 targets, 1 went for a touchdown. I mean, there's no Alshon, no Nelson Aguilar. They're not really using our Whiteside. Looks like Greg Ward is kind of the deep threat, but yeah, if you're in deep leagues or you need a flex option, he's not terrible if you can't get any of those other guys. But the game against Dallas is a bit worrisome, but I mean, it's kind of for the division crown, so they should come out guns a-blazing. And Philly has been putting up some points the last few weeks. Granted, it's against not great defenses, but I'm just saying. And then at tight end, I got 3 names who looks like they're almost owned in almost 50% of leagues. We're gonna start with Tyler Higbee. Oh, excuse me. If Gerald Everett comes back, then just replace this with Gerald Everett. But he's owned in a ton of leagues. I gotta dust my light, man. But yeah, Higbee, as long as Everett is out, he's a good get. He's got a tough matchup against San Fran, but gotta remember, I know these Rams, they don't play well against really good competition, or at least, I guess, not sub 500. What would you say? I don't know, above 500 teams. Let's go with that. I think that's actually how you say it. But I mean, looking back at his targets, like since week 12, 6, 8, 11, 14, they've just been going up and up and up. Really, since that Arizona game, he's had 3 straight 100-yard games. So I think he's a good get as long as Gerald Everett is out. I would just keep that in mind. And then I got Dallas Goedert. They're not. I mean, this is a big game. They're probably gonna end up having to throw. I mean, yeah, you got Greg Ward, you got Whiteside, but I mean, Zach Ertz. They need more. Straight up, they trust their tight ends. Their tight ends are better receivers right now than their actual receivers. I know he only had 6 targets last game, but he turned that into 5 receptions, 55 yards. Tight end position, it's tough to project. It's tough to get a good tight end to get you solid points, so you can do a lot worse than Dallas Goedert. But I've been saying this for weeks. Jacob Hollister, he's got a matchup against who? The Bengals this week. I mean, he is owned in almost 50% of leagues, but the guy this past week, he only had 3 targets, 3 catches for 23 yards in a game they were basically in control of the whole time. So I ain't worried about that. You stop throwing the ball if you're in control of the game. It's just what teams do. Makes sense. Time of possession and whatnot. But they got Arizona this week. And Arizona continues to be Arizona. Ricky Seals-Jones, he had like 2 touchdowns this past weekend. So I'm just saying, I like Jacob Hollister. But that's it for the video. Go ahead and do the YouTube thing. Good luck in your fantasy playoffs, fantasy championship. Hopefully, if you are there. And be on the lookout for other videos. But yeah, until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.